Hey guys, Bethany Drew here again, your Valparaiso elf, coming here with my 12 days of Christmas, and this is day 3. So on the third day of Christmas, my demonstrator gave to me a stamp pad of your choice. So, yes, today, if you order today, is Wednesday, December 2nd, then just let me know, and I'll see if you order today using the hostess code, and you can just let me know then what color stamp pad that you would like, and I will order it for you and get it sent to you, or get it to you somehow. So do let me know if you choose to order today. And like I said, now that I've got 3 days of specials, if you can't wait and you wanted to order today, and say you had a $180 order would be awesome too. But if you had an $80 order, with every $40 in your order, you can choose a special. So if you ordered today and you had an $80 order, you could go back and choose. Yesterday was free dimensionals, and the first day was a free spool of ribbon or twine. So that's kind of the fun. I'll let you stack deals if you order in multiples of 40. So I will review that a little bit with you, but today we're going to talk, I'm excited, because we're going to talk about a bundle that at first I thought when I looked through the big annual catalog I didn't need, but my mind was changed when I saw all the cute stuff made with it. And I thought, I've got little sprigs and dies that I could make a wreath with, but I'm going to show you how nice and easy these dies are to make pretty wreaths for all occasions. So this is a great bundle to have. And then we're going to show you another gift idea. So I'll do some cards, and I'll show you a cute gift idea. So I think that's all the talking that I want to do before we switch it over and we look at Arrange a Wreath. So this is actually my normal time and my normal day, so I'm used to saying hi to you guys on Wednesday. So when you come on, just say hello. I always love when I get my live people to come and say hi. So let me turn it around. I did some major cleaning, so I'll show you. Usually I don't even show you that side of my desk. It still looks full, but it is way cleaner than it has been in a long time. So often I'm able to hide it from you. All right, so just review. So today is Wednesday, December 2nd, and we're talking about Arrange a Wreath in the Facebook schedule. So I still have Friday, the next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm doing all these extra special live videos because I only usually do Wednesdays, but there's just so much fun Christmas stuff to show you, and I really want to inspire you guys to make little goodies for just anybody that you know, and the regular people that you see, even like at the grocery store, and your bank tellers. In fact, Sam and I dropped off just yesterday a couple little, I think I showed a picture of it. They're similar to the Ghirardelli holders, but I just wrapped them around a little cute Bath & Body Works hand sanitizer. And the girls were like, oh, thank you. It helps when you have a cute little boy who helps deliver them too. He is a help, but they're still thankful. So handing out cute little things, it doesn't have to be an expensive gift, I think really speaks volumes and spreads the cheer and the love. So again, this is the hostess code that we'll use all throughout my 12 days of Christmas. So I will close that. I'll try to close that right on Friday, December 11th, maybe Saturday, the 12th. But it's helpful to you to use the hostess code because say you order December 7th, you don't have to wait for me to close out before it ships to you. If you order December 7th using the hostess code, it still all gets together and gives the hostess credit, but yours will ship out before I close out my order at the end. So that's the bonus about using the hostess code, and then it also ships it directly to you, which is a huge bonus. Hey, Teresa. I'm sorry that you sometimes can't find me. You know, if you have subscribed to my group or you're in my group, it should pop up that I'm live. So I don't know. That's weird. So there's the hostess code XXA29AQV and that's good through December 11th, possibly 12th. And I've explained to you before too that you get a free gift from me with every $40 in your order. So again today, hey Chris, you came right away, yay! So Teresa, Chris, I'm glad some of you have joined me right in the beginning. Again, my rules: 1 is have fun. 2, when you're visiting my videos, and some of you've already seen, like Chris, and there were a few of you who shared my video yesterday, and I'm pre-cutting pieces for you guys. So there's fun little gifts that I'm giving you just when you share my video, which is awesome. I will say this again, but today, if you share my video, you will get in a drawing to win the Snowflake Wishes stamp set, which is a really cute set. I know some of you already have that stamp set. If you already have it, it's a great gift to give to somebody then, because snowflakes are awesome not only for Christmas, but all winter long. So you could give it to someone else, a granddaughter or a kid. So you will get in a drawing to win that if you share my video today on Wednesday. Then I also shared that you can stack my deals. So if you want to still wait later and see what else is to come in day 4 and 5 and 6, you can wait longer, because if you have a bigger order, you can pick and choose whichever deals you want after you've seen them. And then I also wanted to kind of throw out a bonus gift to anyone who, even if you order a couple different times, if your orders from November 30th to December 11th add up to $150 or more, I will give you a free stack of 5 cards and envelopes from me. I have a lot of extra cards, so it's fun to give a stack away that you could use as a gift yourself, or you could use and give to people you love and send out. So without any further ado, let's talk about the bundle that we're going to discuss, which is in the big catalog on page 127, called Arrange a Wreath. And again, never miss out on if you see another price and you're like, wait a second, there's this stamp set. You never want to forget if you see the bundle and it will say 10% off, because if you get the stamp set, which has all of these two, it has a wreath stamped image, and then whenever in a stamp set, whenever you see some shading behind it, usually that's saying that it's coordinating with either punch or die. In this case, there's dies. So there are dies that cut out this, I want to say it's a partridge, but a partridge in a pear tree, which is so fitting for my 12 Days of Christmas. Hey, Melissa. So glad more people are joining. Yay. So another cool thing is when you have the stamps, the hearts, the pears, and the eggs all have a double stamp and or a double die too that will cut out 2 at once. And then there's dies that match with the leaf and the flowers and are really fun. Now this is just awesome too because it's got so many different sentiments. So you could do a wedding card, you could do Valentine's Day. Happy Heart Day could also be making it an anniversary card. Who says that has to be Valentine's Day? Christmas, Easter, and thankful, so fallish time, and just a thank you card. Okay, so some of the examples right in the catalog it shows you the wreath filled with some hearts. Here's a wreath, give thanks, and it shows one of the dies that you can use looks either like a poinsettia or you can make it look like a sunflower. And here on a box, it's showing a treat box with some eggs and flowers for a little Easter gift. So again, this was something I thought, oh, I can make wreaths on my own. But after I saw more examples, I just thought, this is so cool, I have to have it. So if you don't have this yet, the bundle is $154,109, and it's $54, which to me that's a steal. You get 15 stamped images that all coordinate, and then you get a set of dies and there's a bunch of dies that match with it, so it's so cool. So let's see some cool things that I've made with it. And again, here's the stamp set itself, Arrange a Wreath. I want to show you a few simple cards. Now here's a Christmas card because Christmas is coming up. I'm going to show you this. And then I just realized I left 3 of the cards sitting in my bathroom where I took the picture of them. So I'll be right back. Nothing like getting a little workout in the middle of the video. Okay, so here's an easy Christmas card I made with the little partridge and the 2 pears and the leaves, and then I fussy cut this out. I don't think there's a die for the little sign, but it's a rectangle, so it's easy. So there's a simple Christmas. Here's a simple kind of spring, and you could do birthday with that little bird. I stamped, I don't know if you can see the sparkle. I was going to try to add, I'm going to see if this works. And it's not even turning on. Okay, never mind. I must need to charge it more. So I don't know if you can see the sparkle on this, but again, Holly and Teresa, you were oohing and ahhing over the shimmer white cardstock. This is on shimmer white, and it just is sparkly paper. It's so pretty. And then I did use our curvy dies, which are still on sale to you guys, and I put the wishing you happiest of birthdays. So this is one of my favorite color combos. This is the Blackberry Bliss with the soft seafoam. Such a pretty color combo. And here's an easy, but then a stepped up with a big shot fall card, because I stamped the wreath, so I just used the stamp image for the wreath, and I stamped give thanks, and then I added some leaves and the pumpkins from my other another thank you fall stamp set. So this is where you can mix and match if you have other things that will go with your cards. And then after I did the stamping, I ran it through an embossing folder, and then I added the leaves and the pumpkins and stuff. So these are some cards just using that stamped wreath, which is really pretty. So I'm going to first show you a beginner card, and then we'll just keep stepping it up. Okay, so those are some pretty cards for each season. Now let's see if we can make a cute, but really simple. I'm going to try to even do this without any of the dies, even though I could cut out the leaves. But before I put this, so this is just some of our plaid paper. Before I put the plaid paper down, let's stamp up the leaves with Mossy Meadow. I love this green, it's so pretty. Now this is a big stamped image, so I usually take my ink pad and kind of pat down on my stamp this way. It's easier for me to see that I've inked it all up. I think my Mossy Meadow needs a little more ink, because I shouldn't have to pat it this many times. That's all right. It'll come a little lighter, which is fine too. All right, so got it inked up in my Mossy Meadow. Now sometimes, especially for the big, like a photopolymer set, I actually have a foam paper piercing mat underneath my scrap paper. Sometimes it's helpful to have something like that when you're stamping with your photopolymer sets. Okay, now I'm going to stamp this off to the side even, so it's off the edge, because I'm going to have this paper covering that side, so I don't want to cover too much of my wreath. So I'm pressing all the way around. And isn't that pretty? Just on itself. And so this is just thick white cardstock. I'm going to cover over this side, and I might actually distress the edge. Just again, it's okay that it's covering part of the wreath. But because I'm doing this pretty much a one-layer card, sometimes distressing the edge is even just another way to make something pop a little bit. Okay, now before I decide to put that down, I'm going to take my leaf, so you have a leaf image, and I'm going to stamp a few Cajun crays, so a little bit of an orange color. So this leaf is really cute. I'm going to just stamp this leaf a couple times around in the Cajun crays, and then I'm going to stamp it in what is this, soft suede. So ink it up in soft suede too. There. So I just inked up my leaf, and then I'm going to ink it up one more time, stamp off, and I'm going to put one down close to the bottom too, because then I'll put my give thanks over that. So I'm going to ink up my give thanks in that Cajun craze again, and stamp it right over the leaf. So here are some fun ways without having to use all your dies, but I'm telling you, it's going to get even more fun when I show you what you can do with your dies. Hey, Holly. Yes, I know you just got this set, Holly, and it's a beautiful set. And I know Teresa has it too, because Teresa sent me a card with this. You know, I'm going to actually make it a little bit thinner. Sometimes, actually, I don't know if you did this, it's kind of old school ripping, but because I wanted to distress the edge anyhow, it kind of gives it a fun look. So I'm even going to use my bone folder, kind of distress the edge there. And if I wanted to distress it even more, just add a little bit of sponging. I didn't even re-ink my sponge. There we go. Now we can add a little adhesive and put that plaid paper down. The plaid paper is such a good accent. I really love it. Isn't that so cute? And to add to the border, I think I'll add some twine, just to make that border look like it really does belong there. And you know what I should have done? This is Bumblebee. I really do need to tie in the Bumblebee color, don't I? It'll just make more sense to have this plaid if I have a yellow leaf in there too. There we go. Didn't that just like totally change the card? That made it so much better, didn't it? Just adding that yellow. So that little touch of adding that color really does add a lot. So just add some twine. It doesn't have to be a major, thick ribbon or anything. Sometimes twine is my favorite accent. And like I showed some of you, if you have trouble making a bow, sometimes it's helpful to make a knot first. So I get it tied, so I'm ready to tie a knot. I put my finger there, so I'm holding it place there, and then tie the bow, so it's already tight and it's not going to loosen on me. right? Then you can mess with how big you want the ears of the bow to be. I'll trim this off a little bit. And isn't that fun? Now, if you wanted to, because it's a pretty basic one-layer card, another way to kind of change the shape of it is to round the edges. I do like doing this on my simple cards. Isn't that pretty? Then I can take my soft seafoam color again and I'll even sponge around the edge of my white. Just a touch of shading. I'm going to go all the way around the edge. There. That wasn't planned, but it looks so much nicer, doesn't it? Ta-da! Simple thank you card. Okay, so here was my first, and I did a little embossing and added the pumpkins. And then here's my second one, without using the dies. So adding the little leaves, very cute. You like it? So that's just simple for a beginner stamper. You could totally do something like that. Okay? Now, who wants to see another like springy look? Well, like in February, Valentine's is coming up. So let's look at doing a Valentine's card. Now I forgot to cut my, let's for my background. We're going to use a white background again on this one. We're using, this is from the, what is that sweet? I always forget the sweet. Touches of Texture or something like that, but it's an awesome sweet. I love it. Love it a lot. And here's one trick I'm going to just tell you. The die that cuts out, there's two dies that you get with this die set that cut out. One that looks like leaves, and like while I was cutting out those leaves, and I got a whale stuck in there. While I was cutting out those leaves, I just took a few different of my greens and I cut out a bunch. There's also one that cuts out this little, it looks almost like berries behind it. Or I don't know, just different leaves. So again, I took some purples, some blues, some whites, and I just cut out a bunch of these. So like while you have your dies out, get a bunch of colors out and just cut a bunch, because then you have them ready to go. And then I'll just keep them in a container. So these are both Mossy Meadow. Again, love this color. Now you can layer them in the same direction if you want. And I don't know if you can you tell, can you see it well in this camera? It does even deboss a little bit in the leaves. So it's a very pretty, intricate die. I love it. Now, so you could keep it the same, in the same direction, or if you flip it, your leaves will go the different way. And if you do flip it, it's not as refined. So I would put the one that you flip on the other side, just on the underneath, so you can see the pretty one on top. Okay, and what I think, I don't know, what it does when you do it, when you flip it, is just those leaves go in different directions, and it looks a lot more layered without a whole lot of work. So what I'm going to do here is add well, I don't know if I want to put that down quite yet, because I might put a little banner together. So this is a really pretty set. Now I've just got some scrap white paper. Your favorite colors? What are your favorite colors, Teresa? You like Mossy Meadow? I love all the wood grain stuff too. Okay, now I'm going to use crumb cake. So I'm going to stamp my little bird in crumb cake. Let me test them out here. Now I'm going to show you a fun little technique. We did this last night with my club. When you add, so I've stamped it up with crumb cake, but I'm going to add a little bit more color with my Mary Merlot. I love the new Mary Merlot. We hadn't had a burgundy color for a long time. So I'm going to use my sponge dauber. I add a little bit of Mary Merlot, and I'm going to dauber that Mary Merlot over just his tummy. Okay? So the sponge dauber with the darker color can totally handle a dark color going over crumb cake. So you always want to make sure you stamp your image with a lighter color than you're going to sponge over with. And isn't that cool? So when you sponge over the purples and teals and blues, yeah, I don't know. I could say every color is my favorite. But isn't this really cool when you sponge just on a little part of a stamp? And I'll show you real quick with the cards that we made with my club last night, just to show you a different example. So with these flowers, I did a similar thing with these flowers that I colored. I stamped it in with marker first, so I did it in yellow and then green, and then I sponged some terracotta tile on the edges of the flowers. So this looks so pretty with flowers. Here I did Daffodil Delight, and then I added a little Poppy Parade on the edges. So yes, isn't it pretty, Holly? So now I can use my die to cut out the little bird. So here, again, besides the big wreaths, you have a die for the bird, for the leaves, but you've got extra little flowers. There's a lot of fun stuff. So I'm going to cut this one out, my pretty little bird. And while I'm cutting it out, tell me, what is your favorite Christmas cookie that you would bring to like a cookie exchange? One of my favorite is the Buckeyes. I've made them once before, but they were really messy. But I sure do love eating them. I love chocolate and peanut butter. So what are some of your favorite Christmas cookies? Let's see. Ooh, ginger snaps. Ginger's good. Ginger snaps don't really tempt me until Christmas. Like, ginger's like, eh. But Christmas time, they do. I do love them. Honey sugar cookies, yum. You're craving sugar cookies. I'm telling you, yeah, Christmas time, candy cane cookies. Teresa. I don't think I've ever had a candy cane cookie. The cutout cookies with frosting. So yeah, ones that you can make with your kids, different shapes. I know. This Christmas season, it is just, you're not a normal person if you don't like eating and making cookies during Christmas. No matter what they are. I shouldn't say you're not a normal person. You're a blessed person if you're not tempted to eat the cookies during Christmas time. All right, I'm going to use my early espresso. So I'm making my sign a little bit deep. And I like this little, it's like a wood palette looking sign. So it's okay if it doesn't come out perfectly. I like it looking a little distressed. And then I can just take my paper snips, wherever they are. Here's one. And because this is a rectangle, you don't really need a die to cut out the rectangle. Yeah, seriously. And I wish that I could say that Christmas time was the only time I craved cookies. That's not true. I crave chocolate year-round, unfortunately. It's one of my downfalls in life. But one thing that I love about being in my Stampin' Up! Rooms, I usually don't... Oh, sugar cookies with the Hershey Kiss. Oh, you guys, you're making me hungry. I think I might be changing my mind on how dark I want that sign. No! I just added a little bit more depth to my bird because the sign landed on it. Okay, I'm not even re-inking the sign. I'm just going to stamp it on the other side because I want to see how it looks really light. I know, Holly, you said you didn't like chocolate very much. I have one friend who is not a chocolate lover either. It is a bit strange. Okay, I think I like this on the lighter one, actually. So I'm going to pop that up. And it's okay that my bird got on there because I'm going to cover that up. I just think you can better see the love through there. And what I'm going to do on this one, I think I'm going to use twine again. And I should have stapled it or something before. I'll add glue dots on the back. I'm going to put glue dots on the back of my sign so that it actually looks like a little sign on the wreath. That's what I love about this little boarded up thing. Yeah, you like the lighter better too, Melissa? Yeah. Yes, peanut butter fudge. Oof, ooh, you guys are cheap with peanut butter brittle. You're making me hungry for sweets, guys. All right. I'm going to put that on one side, and then I'm going to wrap it over and my leaf got stuck in there. Anyway, I'm wrapping it over the wreath so it actually looks like it's hanging, and it can be hanging inside the wreath. So cool. All right, so let me trim off the twine there without cutting my leaves. Come on now. So you could do that with ribbon too, but it is kind of fun to have some twine behind there to make it look like the sign's hanging there. And I'm going to pop up a dimensional because I actually, if you can come, I'm going to put a dimensional over, these don't want to come off. And then I'm going to put a few mini, because I think the minis will fit behind some of the leaves too. And I might end up putting a glue dot in between the two layers of leaves. I think I ended up just putting dimensionals on. So let me get this wrapped around the wreath so it looks nice. Then we're going to peel off the backing of these dimensionals and put that all down. And like I said, I think I only got dimensionals on one layer, so I'm going to put a couple glue dots on my top layer so it doesn't move too much. But you don't have to glue it down too badly or too much. You don't have to overdo it because the glue dots will really keep it down. And I like my leaves, some of them kind of sticking up. So, pretty. Love. Then we can add the bird sitting by the side of the tree here. Put a dimensional on there. Stick him there. And then in the Merry Merlot, we can add our sentiment of Happy Heart Day, right? Why not? I think I forgot to take out Happy Heart Day. I got all the rest of them out, but not Happy Heart Day. How did I miss that? And they fit on the smallest little block, so that is helpful. Now, I don't know how many of you actually celebrate Valentine's Day. My husband doesn't like Valentine's Day. He thinks it's a made-up holiday so that Hallmark can make money. But I told him as long as he brings me flowers throughout the year, I don't care if we celebrate. See, pop that up on a white base, and voila, we have a beautiful, a beautiful but simple, because the dyes do all the work for you guys, right? Like, this is what I love about our dyes. They're just amazing. Stampin' Up! Keeps coming out with some beautiful dyes, and they're just ingenious. And isn't that so pretty? I'm telling you, you're going to love this. And Holly, if you're just starting to play with this, I just love that you can do every occasion. Yes, if COVID's still around, yes, share the love. Yeah, thank you guys. Okay, so here's one. You can do birthday, easy, and then with using all the dyes. The dyes make it look harder, but that wasn't too hard to throw together, right? Here is a Christmas one. I know some of you, I had one of my club members who just bought this, and I just delivered it to her house. She's close, and she was like, please show some Christmas. And so this is 3 layers actually. So I've got Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, and then in the middle is a white, and one of the different looking reeds. I don't know what to call that, like sprigs. And what's fun about this, I wish you could reach out and touch this, because this is that red velvet paper from our holiday catalog. So while that's still around, I think I might actually get some more before it goes out, because the velvet red paper is just so perfect for a lot of things. So it makes those flowers look like poinsettias for Christmas. And then again, this is pretty simple. After I got the wreath tied together, or glued together, this is just a piece of the wood grain paper again. I stamped Merry Christmas over the wood grain. I used my wood grain embossing folder to emboss just a white piece behind that. And isn't it, it was pretty simple and easy. And then I added some pearls as the centers of the little poinsettias. So that was pretty easy actually to make. When you have a die cutting machine, it's awesome. Oh, and exciting news. Yesterday I put in my pre-order for new stuff, and demonstrators are able to pre-order the little mini die cutting machine now. So that will be available to you guys in January. So I'm excited to show the cute little mini machine to you soon. I should get it next week. So that's fun news. Okay, so there's a Christmas card using the dies. Um, here's another wintry, because this is the snowflake stamp set is going to be my giveaway for today. So anyone who shares my video will get into the drawing to win the Snowflake Witches stamp set. Here is, and I don't know if you can see that well, but I embossed in black the wreath over that beautiful snowflake designer paper, and then I sponged a little bit over it too, and then I used the beautiful dies that match the Snowflake Wishes. Is awesome. I love it. And I cut out a bunch of or a couple extra snowflakes. Now the little snowflakes in the border, it already does, the die does that for you. It's awesome. So this looks so intricate, but it really was not too hard. This is what I love about our die cutting machine. The die cutting and the embossing just adds that extra wow, doesn't it? I mean, I really didn't do a whole lot of work, because my die cutting machine cut out this cool frame, and then my die cutting machine also embossed the snowflakes on there. I sponged a little bit over it. It cut out the snowflakes for me, and then I did a couple extra flowers from that wreath, and then I did stamped Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas inside. So this could be a winter birthday card or a Christmas card. I made it Christmas. But snowflakes, again, can be all year round. Or this could be a winter wedding card, right? I mean, snowflakes can be elegant and pretty for any occasion. So that's what I love about snowflakes. They're good any occasion. So there's a fun, fancy one that I did when you emboss over designer paper. Now, I'm going to show you one more card before we do the fancy gift idea, okay? You guys still hanging with me? So again, as you can see, oftentimes, I know the snowflakes are gorgeous, aren't they, Holly? They really are beautiful. I love them too. I'm always a sucker for more snowflakes. Okay, so I often use my thick white cardstock as a base. It's just awesome. I'm going to show you an extra little goodie. Only one person is going to win the snowflake stamp set. You'll all get in a drawing. But if you share my video today, everyone will get a little sampler of this flocking paper. If you haven't bought this flocking paper, because I just want you to be able to touch it. It's so beautiful. So I'm hoping that those of you come join me live are seeing that I want to spoil all of you. I really do. And because I'm not a huge business, I can spoil you. Because I know I'm not going to have 20 people sharing, and I have enough to share with a few of you. This flocking paper is so gorgeous. I just love it. So this just adds an element of awesome and wow on your card. I'm putting a little bit of adhesive just right in the middle because I'm going to cover over the center. If you wanted there to be a little bit more adhesive, but you don't like seeing the adhesive on the vellum part, then wherever the flocking is, like I could stick a glue dot somewhere where the flocking white is in each corner. So there was a berry. I found a berry over here. And then it's a little bit harder to see that adhesive if you did want your flocking to be a little bit more taped down or glued down. So I'm using glue dots in just the four corners, and I did put some of my Stampin' Seal Plus right in the middle. Okay, so this is such an easy, fast way to really dress up if you want to send a fancy card to someone. This flocking paper is gorgeous. I know, we've got dies for the poinsettia, Teresa, not a punch. Hey, but maybe I'll throw that out into the Stampin' Up! Product sandbox. All right, now I'm going to use some of this wood grain paper again. Again, I love this paper from the annual catalog. It's awesome. And I already embossed Merry Christmas on there, so it's one of our darker woods. Because I used that and I had a little strip edge to it after I cut this out, I thought I'm going to use a little strip to just add some fun dimension to the inside of my card. Okay, so when I'm smart and I remember to do things like that, I always love when I do that. So I'm going to put this right on the edge of my card. And then when they open it up, the inside of their card also matches. So fun. All right, so we can just, I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus again on this because on the flocking paper, I want it to be pretty secure. Now, if you really wanted to save on your paper, of the flocking paper, you could cut that out before you put this, layered it over. I felt like I got a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, so with this wreath, I've got shaded spruce, and then I'm going to keep this white, if I can get this undone. I'm going to do the little white on top of that, and so I'm going to put a couple of glue dots, so when you're not tying twine around it, it's a little easier. You'll see. I'm just going to put 3 glue dots on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Get the backings off. And this is where it's so pretty to layer the colors and stuff. It's just so fun. Hopefully you are seeing the joy and the fun of that. All right. Then I want to put the white sprigs down. It is kind of fun to add just that different texture instead of just the leaves when you add this other spriggy wreath. I don't know, what else would you call that? I keep calling it spriggy and that sounds so weird and funny, but it kind of is. Like little sprigs. So, anyhow, okay, so I put 4 on this one, if I can find the backing on my white. There's one more. All right, so I'm going to layer that over my shaded spruce and press down because I'm not exactly sure where I put my 4 glue dots, but they're there somewhere. Looking pretty already, yes? Okay, now I'm going to show you the magic. I cut this wreath out in our watercolor paper. I love our watercolor paper. It's awesome. That one does not have water in it. So let me take a different one. I'm just going to take our thick watercolor brush. This is where our new water painters, there is a really thick one, and I love it. I'm going to get the watercolor paper wet first. So I'm just running over with my water painter, because watercolor paper can really take the water. It really can get wet. Squeeze it so it comes out. So I'm getting my watercolor paper wet first, because your watercolor paper will actually work better and blend better when you get it wet first. This I have learned over the years, because when I've tried to just watercolor on it when it's dry, it just doesn't blend as well. I thought that was going to get it done faster, but I'm going to go to one of my different watercolor brushes, because at some point then I do want it to be more fine. All right. So I'm really getting those leaves wet. And then I'm going to use a green. And I'm just going to use... Whoops. Sorry. Just totally hit you. You guys getting dizzy? All right, I'm going to use mint macaroon. We'll see what that looks like. I changed it up a little bit. I was going to do old olive, but let's see what that looks like. All right, so now that I've got the watercolor paper wet, I'm gonna take my drops. I'm putting my aqua painter into the color and then getting the color really wet. So it's going to be pretty light. I don't want it to come out too dark. Now I can just really, you see how that just spreads? How awesome is that? So because I've already gotten the watercolor paper wet, it really, I'm just barely touching the aqua painter over here, and it just spreads that color out. And I'm just going to get the leaves mostly. And I'm dipping it in kind of the really wet, and then I might come back and do the darker mint. But this really shows off the little debossed part of the leaves when you watercolor over it. Isn't that pretty? Ouch. Did that hurt when I bumped you? Okay, now I'm going into the darker, and I'm just going to go over the center of the leaves one more time. Right down the middle. And this is what I love too. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, you know, I'm intentionally missing some of the leaf, so there's a little bit of white left over. Although I do kind of want to bleed into the stem and the leaves there. So I'm going to just once over, go all the way around so it's not stark white. There we go. Now because this is pretty wet, I'm going to take my, I know, isn't the watercolor being so pretty? And it's so much fun. I'm going to just take my heat tool and dry it real quick. Okay. Now this just adds a different dimension to it as well. When you watercolor, it's got a little bit of a lighter, a softer look. And because I had the soft poinsettia specialty paper, I wanted to kind of keep it a soft look. Okay, so I'm going to pop up this wreath with a few mini dimensionals. So I think I'll put 4. 1, 2, 3, and the 4. And we'll pop that one up a little bit. And this is where, this is just so much fun. Again, the die cutting, the die cut machine and all the dies do the heavy lifting for you. It does the work for you, right? And then you just get the fun part. I don't want the rest of my card to get too wet here. So layer my leaves on top. Now I could leave it at that, but I don't want to, because let's have a pop of color, right? So what I did with one more of our dies is, again with our velvet red, the velvet red paper, I cut out the bow with our die, and I'm just going to add that on there with a glue dot. So I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle of my velvety bow, and then I can put that right there. And if I wanted to add like a pearl or something, I could do that too. But isn't that so pretty? Such a pretty classic Christmas card. Who wouldn't want to receive something like that? Such a beauty. I mean, this is like frameable, right? So, yes, isn't it gorgeous? Woo! Yes, I'm glad you guys like it. So pretty. So again, I hope you're seeing why I was convinced I needed this bundle. It really is beautiful. Really, you could make a framed, like a welcome sign with this little wreath on there and frame it. It is really pretty. So again, if you share my video today, everyone who shares will get a little sampling of 2 or 3 pieces that will cover the front of a card like this. So I'll give you 3 pieces actually. because there's 3 different designs. So you'll get to feel and touch how pretty this specialty poinsettia flocking paper is. And then everyone who shares the video today will get in a drawing to win the Snowflake Wishes stamp set, which is a gorgeous stamp set. I love the snowflakes. All right, so that's my final card. So I kind of tried to show you guys really easy and fast, and then a little bit more ornate with our dies. So here's our Christmas ones. Easy, simple birthday. And then our ornate, our dies for Valentine's Day or spring. And here's really easy, basic, give thanks. And then using dies and cutting out some leaves with it. So some fun card ideas. Hopefully you like those. And then one more thing, we'll do a purse. Okay. Now I've showed you these before, but I'm going to show you last year when we had the specialty paper. It was such pretty paper. If you don't know how to, don't laugh. When you are watching my video after my video is done, I think some people are able to share while they're watching. I'm not sure about that. But when I'm done with this, even when you click play again on the replay, and there should be a button at the bottom right hand that says share, and then if you click share and you just click on share now, it should share just to your page. Because yes, it can get a little more technical if you click on share and then there's lots of options. Don't click on any of the options. Just click like it's either yellow or orange button that just says share now, and that will share right onto your page. So here are some traditional purses that I think I had a couple of my customers who are either Mary Kay consultants, and I was like, this is perfect for people who sell little Mary Kay or Bath and Body Works, that kind of thing. Because it's a perfect little gift or favor for people in that. Or if you have little girls, what a cute party favor that would be. I showed you this yesterday. I'm going to bring this to my hairdresser, Jess, because on December 11th, on my final day, on my 12th day of Christmas, and I'm not going to tell you the special day, on my 12th day of Christmas, after I'm done with the video, I get to go get my hair done. And she treats me like such a queen. She gives me a head massage. I just love her. So she's going to get, and she doesn't always watch my videos, so she's going to get a little extra goodies of chocolates and some hand cream. And then I'm also going to throw in my tip in one of my little gift card holders and envelopes. So that will slide back here too, all in my little purse that says Christmas means more. So this is going to be for my hairdresser dress. And I did show you this cute little Santa one too. That turned out so cute. I love it. I stole this idea, or I copied this idea from Susan Wong. I thought it was such a cute idea to make it look like a little Santa. Again, these cute little purses are such a great size for putting some chocolates, a little hand cream, or it could be a little like a mini candle. You could fit a lot of different things in here and give them as little gifts to friends and family. So I'm going to, with our wreaths, let's do a springy little purse. So I'm showing you from scratch here the dies that match with, and in the annual catalog, the stamp set's called Dress to Impress, and so it matches with all of these purse dies, and the dies match out and actually cut out the perfume, the shoe, the lipstick, even some of the flowers. It has buttons, buckles. It even had this little piece. It has the little pocket that I had on the other. So it's got the little stitched pocket on there. It's got a lot of cute things. So the purse is one die, but you have to cut out two pieces. And it's already got stitching on it too when you cut it out. So our dies are just awesome, guys. They really are awesome. Now most of my purses I like sticking the sides out. I think it looks cool. Although, because it just fits more when you stick them out. But when you put them in, you can make your purse look like a little, handbag. So there's a couple different ways you can fold it to make it look different, which is kind of fun. So you'll want either Stampin' Seal Plus, or if you have the tear and tape, that would work for this as well. Whenever I do favor boxes, it's nice to have something a little bit more hardy. Okay, so these little side tabs on your die are going to match up this on the other side of your purse. So it kind of perfectly, one will be the front and one will be the back of your purse. And so I'll use oddly enough, that's a little wide. I'm going to get my tear and tape to put on the side. And last night at my club, I was assembling some of my gingerbread gift card holder thing. All right, so this fits right along with the edge. It doesn't have to cover up the whole side. And then you can either take like a paper piercer, or if you have nails, peel the backing off. And then I'm going to put that right inside my little tab and line it up with the back then. And then it's got the tab on my other side, so you just need the two tabs, a little bit of glue, and it's so cute. This purse is just a perfect little favor. Alright, so again, I'm just going to fit it along the side of my tab. And seriously, those of you guys who have been with Stampin' Up! For long enough, do you remember I was just talking about this with my club. We used to have that, it was similar to this tear and tape glue, or tape, but it had the red backing on it. And it was like so staticky. Once I peeled the backing off, it like wouldn't get off my hand. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. That tape that had the red backing on it. So the tear and tape I love so much better because it tears really easily. Okay. Alright, so just line that up with the sides, and then I don't even really put any adhesive on those little inside tabs. I just put one more piece on the bottom. Yes, you do remember that, Holly? Yes, I just remember trying to get it off my fingers and flicking, and it was still stuck to my hand. It was just so staticky. Alright. So then I try to reach inside, kind of press down on the bottom. And you've got your purse put together. So it's just two of those dies together. Isn't it so cute? And you do have to be careful. I did some of mine with designer paper even. You do have to be careful with these dies sometimes because they are pretty deep impressions. So with designer paper, your paper might rip at where it's even just supposed to be folded, where it's scored. So you do want to be gentle. All right, now I used the sprig and the leaves and to make a little springy. So the purse itself, the body of the purse is Calypso Coral. I love Calypso Coral. And then this light pink is our petal pink. And so I'll just put a couple glue dots on that. And I'm not sure how I'm going to use this, so I don't think I want to put a sentiment or anything on it yet. I'm literally just putting two glue dots on the top and the bottom because the wreath goes a little bit outside of the edge of the purse. So cute. And I will do 3 with the green. I'll try to keep them more inside. And I'm going to do a similar thing with watercolor paper with the flowers then, but we'll use Calypso Coral. I'll put those down now. I kind of forgot where I put the glue dots, so I'm just going to press all the way around the wreath. And these, you get dies that do the little straps. Aren't they so cute? Oh my goodness. So cute. Now I typically use a couple glue dots. Now on the front of the purse, I'm going to put the glue dot all the way down, and I'm just going to do 1, because if you really want your purse strap to stay, what I'm going to do is pierce a hole through the front. Maybe. And then I'm going to put a cute little brad through it. Alright, I got it through. These are discontinued, but I just thought these were so cute. We have these little fabric covered brads, and I thought this is perfect for a little purse handle. So I'm going to put that through and open that up so it's behind my handle. I'm going to turn that. Oh my goodness, so cute. And then I'll put a couple glue dots on the other side, because I'm not putting a brad through that side, so I really want that to hold. So we'll put glue dots. I suppose you could use a little tear and tape too. Maybe I'll do that on the other. So cute. I'll do that on the other side. So I'm just going to do 1 glue dot. Aren't these just adorable? I love these purses. This is where I just thought, oh my goodness, for people who have either little girls or granddaughters, or for people who sell cute little products. I know a couple people who like make their own little hand lotions and stuff. Or if you make homemade what is it, like body scrubs and stuff for Christmas for gifts, that could probably fit in a little purse like this. What a perfect time to make little, although it's a perfect time anytime to give a little gift to someone, right? Alright, I'll put a couple more glue dots on the other side of this handle. I may have put that up a little bit too high. If you want, before you put your handle together, if you take a bone folder and just curl a little bit, it will keep that curve of your... I did put it too high. Alright. Oh my goodness, isn't that so cute with the little fabric covered brads for the handle? Alright, so again, instead of these being white, I want to get the color, this is watercolor paper again, so I'm going to get the paper wet. And this way, I'm still going to use the Calypso Coral color, but it won't be the exact same color or hide in with the color of the cardstock. So that's why I didn't want to cut out just Calypso Coral flowers because the base is Calypso Coral. But if I use the re-inkers and watercolor it, and I can't find my Calypso Coral, so I'm going to use terracotta tile because it's really close. Re-inker. So just a couple drops is all it's going to take to cover all of these flowers. Okay. Again, make sure my watercolor paper is all wet. What kind of plans do you guys have for tonight? I'm so happy, Victory, I got a shower in already. Oh, I'm not going to cut. Darn it. I wasn't going to color that one in yet. I'll still. This one I'm kind of coloring around the whole flower. Alright. I'll still get that all wet. But I did want to take, because this one matches with the stamp. So I'm going to take my Calypso Coral stamp pad. I'm going to stamp off so it's kind of lighter. And then I'm going to stamp right over the flower. And there, it's a little watercolored image of the flower. So it gives it a little bit of a different look. And then I'll make a little dark center. And I'll probably just kind of do that, the darkest color around the centers of the flowers again. That one a little crazy. So that's sort of, depending on how much dark you get on your aqua painter or your water painter, it's nice to leave a little bit of white in there too, especially because my purse is the Calypso Coral. So I like that there's a little bit of a white edge on my flowers. I probably would dry these a little bit. Now because these have a hole in them, of course you got to put some kind of bling on the flowers, right? 1, 2. I'm putting the mini dimensionals on these. One up here. And purses can definitely handle bling. Now, I've had a few people ask me about like mailing, if you put rhinestones on your cards. What I typically do is put a layer of paper towel and I'll place it right over where the rhinestone is. The nice thing about favors is when you give those away, you're not putting it inside anything. So let's find some bling for our purse. I'll get out this container says sparkly. I have all kinds of sparkles in here. We'll find something that will fit in here. How about the gold gems? We'll add a little gold sparkle in the center of all the flowers. And that, my friend, is how you add just a little bit of extra bling. I don't think I'm going to add a center in that one because I made a dark. Put a little one in the little flower. Isn't that cute? So there's a springy purse that says, I love you in the springtime. Maybe it's giving somebody a little birthday gift. You know, now that there's so much dark in the middle, I might add a little sign or something in the center. But I'll see. I'm not going to do that right now. But these purses are such a cute little gift idea too. So again, those match with the Dress to Impress suite are these little purse dies. So there's a lot of other ways to make little baskets and boxes. You can find all kinds of things. But I do love when we've got a good die set that you can just put those pieces together and it's got everything you need to put together. Then you don't really have to think about measurements or cutting anything because the die does the work for you. And there are other acetate boxes and favor boxes in our holiday catalog and our annual catalog too. So there are a lot of different gift options that are out there. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching Arrange a Wreath. So whether you're doing, really it's good for all seasons. I really love how this one turned out, and I didn't really add any non-paper products except the twine. So whether you want something for fall, for springtime, just to say I love you to a friend even, or family member, Christmas time, man, these wreaths are just so pretty. So watercolor paper, just cut them out in different colors, mix and match the colors. You can emboss with the wreath. So there's lots of from simple to casual to avid crafter ideas in what you can do with this Arrange a Wreath. I love it. It's very fun. The dies and the stamp set together make a lot of beautiful things. So thank you for joining me on today, on the third day of Christmas. My demo gave to me a stamp set of my choice. So that's today's. If you order today, $40 or more, you could get, just let me know what color ink pad you would like, and I will get you that free gift. Just to say thank you for ordering during Christmas time, because I know everyone's being pulled in all kinds of directions during Christmas time, but this is a perfect time to shop, not only for yourself, but for other people. And I think there's lots of good gift ideas, whether it's a new granddaughter and you just want to get her a kit to start, or you want to make a stack of cards as gifts. That you get a couple bundles and you make a bunch of cards for people as gifts too. People who aren't crafty love that as a gift. When you give a stack of like 10 to 20 cards, that's an amazing gift to give to people. So many different ways you can give gifts using this product. So perfect timing because my battery just said it's low. So final reminders. Again, if you're wanting to wait a little bit longer till you see some more of my deals and you want to stack different deals, that's fine. But today's deal, if you do order today, if you order $40 or more, you can choose a free stamp pad. And anyone who shares my video will get into the drawing to win the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. Just as a thank you, as I'm trying to grow my business, I just so appreciate you guys so much. So just a few shares gets it out to more people. And again, my main goal is not to get a ton of orders, although that's a nice side bonus. But my main goal is to inspire you guys to give things that are going to bring joy and smiles and hugs to the people that you love. This is why I love this hobby. So happy Wednesday. Tomorrow we're taking the day off. There will still be another special for the 4th day of Christmas, but I will not do a live tomorrow. But I will be back on Friday, and Friday the 4th, I'm going to do some shaker card fun. So please come visit me on Friday because it's going to be fun. I'm going to show you some fun different ways to make shaker cards. And those are a fun little extra bonus card kind of to give to special people that you want to hand deliver. So check that out on Friday with me on December 4th. And Friday's live will be at 1:30, so an hour earlier than my normal Wednesday time. So Here's the hostess again. You can order anytime at thedrewdaily.stampinup.net. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a wonderful Advent day, no matter what you're doing on this Wednesday. I'm going to go help with my girls, and we're going to do a little craft tonight with some of my junior girls. So looking forward to that. Enjoy your evening. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Love you all. Bye.